and welcome to Short Stories, a production of the National Taichung University of Science and Technology. Today's story is called The Donkey, the Fox, and the Lion. Like all other Aesop's fables, it uses animals to teach an important lesson. Can you guess what the lesson is just from the animals in the title? Animals make great character archetypes because their characteristics are widely understood and easy to simplify. Lions are proud, donkeys are slow, and foxes are clever. Which animal are you? Now the vocabulary. Cunning. Cunning. The cunning fox tricked the donkey. Look over one's shoulder. Look over one's shoulder. The criminal constantly looked over his shoulder. Predator. Predator. Lions, tigers, and bears are all large predators. Proposition. Proposition. Jim explained his business proposition to the banker. Sated. Sated. The vampire did not stop feeding until his hunger was sated. Vicious. Vicious. The vicious criminal attacked the old woman. Victuals. Victuals. We should pack some victuals before we go on our camping trip. Yonder. Yonder. We looked yonder for any sign of a tornado. That concludes the vocabulary. Now Derek will read the story.
Once upon a time, there was a fox that lived in a remote valley. This valley was full of lush vegetation and lots of small critters for the fox to eat. But it also had a terrifying lion. The fox was very hungry, but was also very afraid of being eaten. "How can I forage for food if I have to be constantly looking over my shoulder?" he bemoaned. That's when he stumbled upon a new neighbor, a donkey. The donkey was new to the valley and was unaware of the lion. The fox found him lazily munching on some reeds in a thicket. He watched him eat for a minute before his crafty mind assembled a brilliant idea. He would use the donkey as bait. "Hello, friend," said the eager fox as he bounded out of the bushes. "Welcome to the valley. My name is Fox. What's your name?" The donkey slowly lifted his head and looked at the fox. "Donkey," he muttered between bites. "What a lovely name," replied the fox. "Say, I have a proposition for you." The donkey did not slow down or stop his feeding, so the fox wasn't sure if he was listening. "What I mean is I have a suggestion," the fox continued. "There's a little stream over yonder that has some of the freshest water and tastiest crawdads in the world. The only problem is that it is a rather exposed position to be, bent over drinking or digging for victuals. Let's say you and I go over there together. That way, one of us can drink while the other keeps watch. What do you say?" The donkey paused for a second and muttered, "Sure." So the donkey and the fox both exited the relative safety of the thicket and stepped out into the open. They didn't have to walk far to reach the stream, which was babbling pleasantly among the verdant lawns of the valley floor. The fox dipped his head into the water first and took a furtive gulp of water. The donkey went next. Eventually, the fox felt brave enough to dig for crawdads. All told, it was a very successful venture for both of them. The next day, the fox decided to do the same thing again. He was on his way to the donkey's thicket when he was confronted by the snarling, hungry lion. "Yikes!" shouted the fox as he tried to flee. But the lion had him by the tail, so he couldn't get away. Thinking fast, the fox decided to use his cunning words to worm his way out of this jam. "Wait," he yelled. "Why waste time eating someone as small as me when you could have a big, juicy donkey?" The lion paused and was intrigued by what the fox had to say. "Why shouldn't I just eat you now?" asked the lion, baring his fangs. The fox took a deep breath and replied, If you eat me, you'll be hungry again in an hour. But that donkey is so fat that you'll feel sated for at least 2 days." The lion's snarl disappeared, but his paw remained firmly on the fox's tail. "What exactly is your proposal?" he asked. The fox answered, "If you let me go, I'll help you catch the donkey without any fuss. You won't have to chase him or risk getting kicked in the face or anything." The lion, like any other apex predator, preferred an easy meal to hunting. He asked the fox for the full details of his plan. The fox told the lion about a hunting pit not far from the donkey's thicket. The fox would lure the donkey there and trap him, and then the lion could have an easy meal. The lion agreed to this plan and let the fox go. The fox ran all the way to the donkey's thicket and excitedly greeted his friend. "I found a new spot," exclaimed the fox. "It's even better than the last one. Follow me." The donkey followed lackadaisically, much to the annoyance of the fox. Eventually, they came to the spot where the hunting pit was. "Why don't you stand watch over there while I catch field mice?" suggested the sly fox. The donkey complied and walked right into the trap. He brayed wildly when he fell in, which signaled to the lion that the deed was done. "There he is," said the fox proudly, "just like I promised." The donkey began scrambling and kicking and crying in terror when he saw the lion standing over the pit. "How could you do this to me?" shouted the donkey. "I thought we were friends." The fox scoffed, "Like I would be friends with a stupid ass like you." The lion looked at the fox, a fellow predator, with some amount of admiration. "Wow," he said, "betraying a friend. That's vicious even by my standards." The fox stood proudly and replied, "I don't mean to brag, but I'm an expert at cunning schemes." The lion then said, "Come closer and tell me more." The fox's arrogance got the better of his caution, and he stepped closer to the lion. No sooner did he do so than the lion gobbled him up with one swift motion of his massive paw. Afterwards, the lion leaped into the pit and gobbled up the donkey too. For the next 2 days, the lion rested contentedly in his den.
Questions. Number 1. Why did the fox want the donkey's help? A. He wanted someone to distract the lion while he searched for food. B. He wanted to open a bakery. C. He had a lot of heavy things to move. D. He needed to borrow some money. The answer is A. Question 2. What deal did the fox make with the lion? A. To merge his film studio with the lion's. B. To make the lion a co-owner of his new bakery. C. To remove a thorn from the lion's paw. D. To help the lion catch the donkey. The answer is D. Question 3. What happened to the fox in the end? A. The fox walked away with $1 million. B. The fox became the proud owner of a new bakery. C. The fox became best friends with the donkey. D. The fox was eaten by the lion. The answer is D. Question 4. What is probably the moral of the story? A. All roads lead to Rome. B. To betray a friend is to betray yourself. C. Don't judge a book by its cover. D. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. The answer is B.